All right, I do like that he is on Proton Cannon, and I love the way they're linking up their SP3s in order to hit the Proton Cannon. That is such good strategy coming out from Iavenge's team. Hexlet is a very tanky Thor, but he's down halfway. God Mode goes in for a little bit of poke. Along with the SP2 from the Sorcerer Supreme, they get Iavenge down about a quarter of the way, maybe a third. Hexlet tries to sustain as much as he can as everybody repositions. Iavenge about halfway. God Mode trying to do what he can over the wall, but can't quite hit. Fatal going up, putting down the heavy into the SB2. Doesn't quite do it. Hexlet tries to engage, but can't quite. Iavenge goes back up. He's going to wait for a dash now so he can get the engage with his SB3. As soon as he sees a dash, I think he's going to go in. Hexlet goes up in the SB3. He's going to try and engage off of that. But Iron Legionnaire goes up as well and avoids all that damage. Iavenge comes down. Let's see where he goes. He's going to try to position the SP3, but he can't quite. He doesn't hit it as he's about to go down. He tries to get it over the wall a little cheeky, and it doesn't quite hit its mark. But we still got 2 more SP3s to line up. God Mode tries to come back in, trying to position, get a little bit more poke down. That way he could come in with his SP3. But there's the SP3 onto the Thor. But the SP3 in return keeps him alive from the Sorcerer Supreme. The shields are just too good. Hexlet tries to grab the health before the Iron Legionnaire can, and he gets the kill onto Fatal. Is he going to be able to push onto Iavenge? And he does. There's the capture. They get the kill onto Iavenge. The Bodok gets down to about 50%. Let's see what the return damage is. God Mode's at halfway. Ooh, misses the SB2 just barely. Hexlet is about half health as well. Hexlet tries to go in and engage, but he gets stunned by Iavenge. Didn't have his SP3. He may have been able to follow it up if the orb was there as well. Takes a little bit more chunk. He's at about a quarter health, but he's tanky as that Arc Shield Super Soldier. Hexlet goes in, gets a good amount of chunk down onto the Iron Legionnaire, but not quite enough. SP2 hits Sorcerer Supreme. There's the SP3 from Iavenge, followed up by the Fatal. He dodges, but he still gets hit, but it's not enough damage from the SP3 coming back from the Sorcerer Supreme. The sustain is there. God Mode's doing what he can with his SP3, but it's still not going down. Fatalrep goes in, takes down Hexlet, but God Mode returns the kill on him. It's God Mode and Sorcerer Supreme up against Iavenge Sorcerer Supreme. So Sorcerer Supreme against Super Soldier Sorcerer Supreme. So many S's. There goes Iavenge. There goes Mike. Onto the Bodok. They're not going to be able to finish it, are they? 10, 9, 6, 3. We saw some cheeky play earlier. We're going to see it again. Hexlet is on the hammer though, so I don't think he has enough damage. They'd have to 2-man it. Mike goes down really low and he's gone. The burst damage is just too much as Hexlet and God Mode line up their damage. There's a dash to get an SP3 off that. Iavenge doesn't hit his and Hexlet dashes in and blocks it. He just dodged. He blocked it for God Mode. Hexlet going the distance there. Unbelievable. Iavenge gets taken down. He ends up getting his SP3, but it's not enough as they are just going to get Fatal on the return. That block from Hexlet, I don't know what to say. I don't think that would... I know that's because none of us could get protons for a long time. All right, here we go into this next matchup. God Mode trying to go up and get a good amount of poke. He hits the IL, but return onto Hexlet isn't quite there. He gets stunned. As his SP1 falls, he's going to take a little bit of damage. God Mode moving up and taking a good chunk of damage, but they're going to be able to sustain him back up between the Storm and Sorcerer Supreme. Iavenge trying to poke with his heavy, can't quite get it. He's going to try to stun. There's an SP3. There's an SP2 followed up. They didn't quite get the damage down completely, but they are low. God Mode is very low. If he gets hit by an SP3, Hexlet goes in, can't quite take down Iavenge. There's the heals from Mike, keeping him alive as they work over to the orbs. Hexlet's going to grab the orbs on the right side now as we get a good reset here. Hexlet gets SP3'd in place by Mike, and there's the SP3 follow-up from Fatal, but it's not enough as God Mode just comes around and it destroys the team with his SP3. They lined up everything onto Hexlet, and he had his SP1 up, so he's able to shield and take so much damage, able to sustain through all of that. And then God Mode pops his SP3 and just melts the entire team. That was a clutch book, keeping his team alive there. That was unbelievable. There's SB3 engaged from Iavenge, just trying to push them out of the circle. They get back on God mode. They're going to put a good amount of damage on him as Hexlet goes low as well. As soon as he dashes, I think Fatal could take him down. Or God mode. If one of them dashes, that's all he needs. There's a heavy into the SB3. He SB2's away, but he can't quite dash yet. So he gets taken down by the SB3 from Proton. God mode moving in. Doing what he can, but he gets taken down. Iavenge putting down the SB3 on the Bodok in order to take down the Sorcerer Supreme. So now it's going to be a 3v2 situation. They're going to try to stall out as long as they can. Iavenge is just gonna try to poke him back. I think he's trying to get his counter rush up. That way he can get his SB3 first if he's running counter rush. I don't remember if he is or not. I don't recall. I don't think he is because I'm not seeing it pop up. There he goes, blocking as much damage. Yes, he's just trying to push him out of the circle. That way he can play the orbs, re-heal, and get his SB3 where he wants to. Because he just saw our dash. There it is. He hits two of them. Here comes the SB3 coming back in. The orb holds God mode in place. I think this is the end of the run here. Hexlet tried to do what he could. God mode did what he could, but I think they might be able to take it down here. Where's Iavenge? I think Iavenge lagged out. Or no, he just respawned. Never mind. He got taken down. I didn't realize he got taken down. If he didn't, they probably could have finished it off there. I apologize for the incorrect call there. Iavenge moving up and blocking as much as he can. That's all he's doing. He's resetting over and over again. He's like, you guys have two squishies. I'm going to push you back into your zone. I'm going to play these health orbs. Stuns Thor as he comes out of his SP1. Fatal's trying to keep his arc charges up, but he can't quite keep in range. He needs to have those 3 arc charges. There's the stun down onto Hexlet. There's the SP3 follow-up. The 2 SP3 follow-ups is enough this time. Iavenge goes over onto the Sorcerer Supreme, takes him down real low. God mode is going to do what he can, try to sneak around. Puts down the SP2 poke, but there goes the Sorcerer Supreme. He's going to land, put down his SP3, and that's it. I believe that is the end of the run. Iavenge and Fatal and Mike, team number 1 advances.